Welcome back. I'm so glad that you've joined me today. When was the time that you felt tired? You might hear that question and start laughing and go, well, I'm tired right now. It doesn't matter what seems to be going on in life. I can't get enough sleep. I can't get enough to do this. I can't get enough to do that. Tiredness seems to be the thing that controls our lives these days, or what our worlds continue to go roundabout. No, so often our bodies continue to come back to us and say, hey, now is time to take a nap. Now is time to go to bed. Now is time to sit down and rest. But how often do we really sit down and actually rest? All throughout the Bible, we're continually reminded that God tells us to come aside, to come apart and rest. Whether that's taking a look at the Sabbath, how He gave us 6 days in which to do everything that we need to do, and then on the Sabbath to just spend time even more with Him. But even more, as we're talking about that, while He set aside one day for us to worship Him, we need to remember that it's in the 6 days culminated in the 7 that we need to be worshiping. We can't just expect to come aside on the 7th day of the week and be ready for the blessings that God has given when we're not spending time with Him during the regular week. With how the world turns and everything that's going on right now, we have so many things that are constantly bombarding us, calling for our time, calling for our attention, calling for us to do this or to do that, that we're worn down faster and even smaller than in times before. Now, I'm sure many of us can remember 5, 10, 15, 20 years, maybe more ago, where things and times seemed to be a lot simpler and a lot easier to do what needed to be done. Now, at the same time, with talking about that and talking about the subject of time, we need to ask ourselves, where do our priorities lie? Are they lying in what we're wanting, or are they lying in what God is asking us to do? So often, as we talk about that, this is two totally different subjects. That we're focusing on our wants, our needs, our now, instead of looking at what God has called us to and the people that God has called us to help. Maybe we should take a few moments, even possibly right now, to sit down and write out what our priorities are, what our schedules are, why we're doing the certain things that we're doing, and then stop and re-examine and say, okay, do I really need to be doing this? Can I prioritize this over this? What really needs to be done in order that I may continue to live life to the fullest as God has called me to live? Seems very strange, doesn't it, even talking about it that way? But that's how God calls us time and time and time again to come back to what the true priorities are, and even more to who He is and how He wants to live in and through our lives. Today's text that we're taking a look at comes to us from Matthew chapter 11 and verse 28. And it says this, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Did you notice that? Not I might, or if you do this or this, I'll do this. No. Jesus promises with a surety that when we come, He will give us rest. We have so many things that we're burdened with. We have so many worries. We have so many things that are dragging us down. But let us at this moment and every single moment from here on out Come to Jesus, drop those at his feet, and continue to do what he's called us to do, so that we're able to get true and everlasting rest. May God continue to bless you and guide you, and I look forward to seeing you next time as we continue to study God's Word together. God bless.